Hey there, YouTubers. Okay, so listen up. We're going to be doing chapter 10 of Proverbs today. And this one is about wisdom for all people. We're going to be doing chapter 10, verse 1, all the way through verse 32. Okay, it's going to be a doozy. And I'm just going to give a little background. It states that these short couplets are what we commonly recognize as proverbs. They cover a wide range of topics. The first section was written by Solomon. The next two sections were written by others, but collected by Solomon. These sayings give people practical wisdom for godly living at every stage of life. Okay? So this is the wise sayings of Solomon. Okay, so Proverbs. The Proverbs of Solomon. A wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish son is the grief of his mother. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivers from death. The Lord will not allow the righteous soul to famish, but he casts away the desires of the wicked. Amen. He who has a slack hand becomes poor, but the hand of the diligent makes rich. He who gathers in summer is a wise son. He who sleeps in harvest is a son who causes shame. Blessings are the head of the righteous, but violence covers the mouth of the wicked. The memory of the righteous is blessed, but the name of the wicked will not. The wise in heart will receive commands, but a prating fool will fall. He who walks with integrity walks securely, but he who perverts his ways will become known. He who winks with the eye causes trouble, but a prating fool will fall. The mouth of the righteous is a well of life, but violence covers the mouth of the wicked. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all sins. Wisdom is found on the lips of him who has understanding, but a rod is for the back of him who is devoid of understanding. Wise people store up knowledge, but the mouth of the fool is near destruction. The rich man's wealth is his strong city. The destruction of the poor is their poverty. The labor of the righteous leads to life, the wages of the wicked to sin. He who keeps instruction is in the way of life, but he who refuses correction goes astray. Whoever hides hatred has lying lips, and whoever spreads slander is a fool. In the multitude of words, sin is not lacking, but he who retrains his lips is wise. The tongue of the righteous is choice silver. The heart of the wicked is worth little. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for lack of wisdom. The blessing of the Lord makes one rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. Yes. Okay. To do evil is like sport to a fool, but a man of understanding has wisdom. The fear of the wicked will come upon him, and the desire of the righteous will be granted. When the whirlwind passes by, the wicked is no more, but the righteous has an everlasting foundation. As vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so is the lazy man to those who send him. The fear of the Lord prolongs days, but the years of the wicked will be shortened. The hope of the righteous will be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked will perish. The way of the Lord is strength for the upright, but the destruction will come to the workers of iniquity. The righteous will never be removed, but the wicked will not inhabit the earth. The mouth of the righteous brings forth wisdom, but the perverse tongue will be cut out. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked, what is perverse. Okay, and there you have it. So just like yesterday, we are doing some feedback. We are going to start off with chapter 10, verse 2. Okay, and so this one states that some people bring unhappiness on themselves by choosing treasures of wickedness, For example, craving satisfaction, they may do something that destroys their chances of ever achieving happiness. God's principles for right living bring lasting happiness because they guide us into long-term right behavior in spite of our ever-changing feelings. It's not about feelings. I mean, look at Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. Was he not the first one to cry out to God to say, like, God, are you really sure about this? Like, I don't know. And he didn't really feel like going out to the cross. But he did it anyways, out of love. And we are to lead by his example. So, verse 3 is, Proverbs is full of verses contrasting the righteous person with the wicked. These statements are not intended to apply universally to all people in every situation. So keep that in mind, okay? For example, some good people do go hungry. Rather, they are intended to communicate the general truth that the life of the person who seeks God is better in the long run than the life of the wicked person. A life that leads to ruin. These statements are not ironclad promises, but general truths. In addition, a proverb like this assumes a just government that cares for the poor and needy, the kind of government Israel was intended to have. A corrupt government often thwarts the plans of righteous men and women. Okay, and then now verse 4 and 5. Every day has 24 hours filled with opportunities to grow, serve, and be productive. For other people or for yourself, for other people. It's like a gift. You know, it's not a gift bestowed just to you. It's a gift bestowed to other people as well for you to give. Yet it is so easy to waste time letting life slip from our grasp. Refuse to be a lazy person, sleeping or frittering away the hours meant for productive work. See time as God's gift and seize your opportunities to live diligently for him. Now verse 10. Sin is serious, not just because of what it does to us and to others, but because it is personal rebellion against God. He does not take sin lightly. In fact, he hates it, and we are to hate it as well. And we dare not either. If there is an area in your life that you have been withholding from God's control, end your rebellion now. If you have minimized and rationalized disobedience, put aside your excuses. Don't wink at sin. Come on now. Boldly confront it and confess it to God because sin is serious business. Sin will harden your heart, just like how it did Pharaoh. So make sure that you're going to make your heart flesh with God's help. Okay? There are instances where people do sin, adultery, or just in lustful situations. It could be stealing, it could be just doing drugs or idolizing other things. When you idolize other things, like let's say I have a girlfriend who was a smoker, and it was sinful to the fact